Magdraft 5-inch. Really cool bait. I believe it was only JDM for a while. Don't know if they're bringing it stateside, but I do know there's a new model of it. Got my hands on just this week. I'm going to show you guys the differences. Let's check it out. Alright, so Magdrafts, I think I said it in my last video, which, by the way, if you're not subscribed yet, please watch the last video, subscribe, and comment on the bottom. I'm doing a giveaway for being at 1,000 subscribers. I think I'm at like 995-ish right now, so once we hit 1,000, I'm going to give it 3 days, and then I will pick a winner for the prize pack. Anyways, with that said, Magdraft, so 5-inch is one of my favorite sizes for tournament caliber fish. 6-inch I think skips a little better, has a little bit better action. This is a relatively small profile bait, extremely good for smallmouth. I've found river situations, you can weight it still just like you can the 6-inch, but there were some flaws with it just because there's not a lot of material here. You can see I fished this one a little bit, but the weight tends to pop out, and that's pretty popular, or pretty common rather, with Magdrafts in general. So that was one of the issues, and then there were some issues with this harness. So yeah, let's take a look at the new one and see what the differences are and what they've updated. First off, looks like new packaging. It's black. Don't know how well that comes through, but there's like a chrome font on here. I think the old one was green, gold. Alright, so as far as profile goes, these look pretty darn similar. I'm sure they're coming out of the same mold. This is a little blurry. Let's see if we can. There we go. So the old one is right here. And the new one. Alright, so first place I wanted to go with this, because this is what I've heard all about, is essentially this point right here. So you can see it in the old one. There's just like a hollow cavity here, and then the magnet sits here. Let's see if you can get an up close and personal shot of this, which hopefully my camera does an alright job with. I guess first off, I notice it's an upsize hook. Looks like we got a round bend, maybe size, I'm gonna guess 4. And this one appears to be an EWG size 2, if I were to guess. Same split ring, same swivel. Gauge wire does look to be different. The new one appears to be heavier duty compared to the old. So that's a good sign. Right, so going back to this opening. So if I move that out of the way, first thing I notice is you can't see the magnet. So it's probably buried up where that little dot hole is, which is good. Hopefully it doesn't pop out as frequently, or after you catch so many fish, it kind of pops out. And then the other thing I'm seeing is, I think this, at least from what it looks like. There's a cavity here, and when you stick this hook down in, it seats up real nicely and snug into the bait. So this would be great for how I fish it, like river applications. You know, with the two prongs out. Yeah, that looks great. And then the other option is just, you know, to lay it here, which you can shake it pretty good, and that hook remains because of the magnet for the Magdraft. I know Zaldane has a video out there where he kind of straightens one of these barbs and then shoves it up into the body of the bait, and it holds much better. I like this setup where you don't need to straighten that out anymore, where you push it in and then kind of snug it up. I think that's going to be the ticket to more fish catches on this bait, or get more fish out of it. So as I'm looking at it, the body might be slightly slimmer, but I don't know, it's probably the same mold, to be honest. Actually, it has to be a new mold because the you know, body cavity here where the hook goes up is different. And as I'm looking, like, the fin is a little bit bigger, it looks like, and the tails, let's see, I have to excuse the messy workbench here. Tail's very similar, but I think it is slightly different. Potentially. So yeah, I mean, they're very, very similar baits. I think they just made some slight improvements based on anglers' feedback, would be my guess. Hook improvement, beefier harness, and yeah, I think that where this hook, you know, the whole body cavity and kind of where the hook sits up, and the mag or magnet piece that's holding the hook, I think that's going to be the biggest benefit. But till we get out on the water and start messing with it, I guess to be determined. But picked up a handful of these, excited to throw them. This was the only colorway left, but you know what, I think in where I fish in Pennsylvania, New York, this could potentially look like a perch with an orange belly, chartreuse back. And also I kind of do like the chartreuse back because you can see it tracking in the water, and then you can see it go off kilter if you get a bite. So if not, I'll just buy some more shad looking colors and give it a go. But anyways, thanks for watching. Subscribe to the video if you haven't already, and make sure you get in that giveaway video, which I will post a link right up here. I'm gonna try this. We'll see if we can do it. One other question I do get from time to time on the Magdraft is the best way to store these things, because obviously if the tail gets bent, the action can be affected. I actually keep the plastic that it comes in. It has a nice little, you know, clip here, so it doesn't really come undone. It can bounce around. And then even with all the different sizes, I do it with the 6s, the 7s, and the 5s. And then I use I think it's like a lunchbox style, they call it in Japan at least. But this has been one of my favorite bags, and it's just a clear PVC top, and then you can throw baits, do whatever in here, like the Magdraft. Toss it in, shut it, zip it back up. It's easy, tails don't get bent, and I like it for soft swim baits.